Hello everyone, I'm back with a new video tutorial. Today I will walk you through a boat movement system in Unity, and we will start with the single player movement script and then move into the multiplayer version using Unity Network. So let's get that started. First, you open your Unity Hub, and once you open your Unity Hub, create a new project, and it's up to you what will be the name of your project. Mine, I name my project is Recording Tutorials. Once your Unity is open, first thing to do is create a plane, a 3D object, right click on the hierarchy and 3D object, and there's a plane. And if ever you have a prefab for water, you can also use it. But I'm just using plane for tutorial. Now here's my plane. I name it water. Next one is you will add your boat, and if you also have a prefab for your boat, you can also add it. Now I placed my boat here, and once you're done setting it up in your boat, add a component mesh collider, and the convex is need to be true, and also add a rigid body to your boat. And next, we're going to the script. Just right click here in project, create, and C# script, and name it boat. I have here the script for the movement of the boat, and I'll explain it to you. Here we define a class called boat, which inherits from monobehavior, meaning it can be attached to a game object in Unity. And here we have these public variables allows us to control movement speed, rotation speed, and water drag directly from the Unity inspector. And we serialize field attribute makes RB visible in the inspector while keeping it private so it can't be accessed by other scripts. Now we're going to the private void start method. This method runs once when the object is created. Inside of it, we have a RB because we get the rigid body component attached to the boat and apply drag values to make movement feel realistic in water. Next, we have a private void fixed update method. This method is used instead of update because we are dealing with physics, and fixed updates ensures smooth movement update. Side of it, we have a float movement input and float turn input. This is to capture player input using Unity's vertical and horizontal axes, which are mapped to WASD or arrow keys by default. And we also add a debug log here, this to print movements and turning values in the console to help debug input. And in here we call the move both method to process movement logic. Now, here's the move both method. It has a parameter float move input and float turn input. This method takes move input and turn input values and moves the boat accordingly. Inside of it, we have a float move amount and the RV move position. The move amount determines how far the boat moves each frame. And the move position, it moves the rigid body forwards based on input and speed. And we have here the if statement that has a mat f.obs. This is to only turn if the player is actively pressing left or right. And inside of it, there's a float, turn amount, and move rotation. This rotates the boat based on turn input and speed. So here we have the fully completed movement of the boat. You have it. If you already put the script, just save it and click your boat, and in the boat, add a component which is the script boat. And here in the inspector, there's the move speed, turn speed, water drag, and here in the RB, you simply drag your prefab in it. You can also adjust the move speed, turn speed, and water depth. So now, let's try. I'll run it. In here, I'm pressing W and it moves forward accordingly. And when I press A, it turns left. And when I press D, it turns right. And when I press S, it moves backward. So I see it moves smoothly. And here in the spectre, you can adjust the speed if you want to be fast, and also the turn speed if you want to rotate it faster. Now we're done to the basic movement of both. Now we're applying it into the multiplayer game. Here I have the a sample for the multiplayer game. But first you need to s- there's need you need to set up. Go to the window, click the package manager. In package manager, go to in project. In project, you search for the netcode for game objects and you need to install it. This is to allowing the method for the netcode. There's more, which is you search for multiplayer services. You also need it to install. And lastly, the multiplayer tools. This is a packages that you will need to run the multiplayer game. Now I have the script here. This is the full script for the multiplayer. Here we import the Unity.NET code. This is to handle network communication between players. And also, instead of inheriting from mono behavior, we now inherit from network behavior, which allows network object control. Here we have a variable named camera. This is to each player has their own camera and we need to control who sees what. Also, we have a private void start method. Inside of it, we have the if is not its owner. This is to check if the current player owns this boat, only the owner should control it. Side of it, if the boat does not belong to this player, their camera is disabled to avoid conflicts. And here's the code for it. Next one we'll go to for the fixed update. This is to handle movement updates only for the local player. And we have here the if statement, not its owner return. This ensures only the owner processes the movement of the player. Side of it, there's the float movement, move input, and float turn input. This is for the movement input like before, like in first script. And we have here the local move. This moves the boat for the owner instantly and send movement server RPC. This sends the movement data to the server. And now we're going to the sending data to the server, which is the server RPC. Here we have a method 58 void send movement server RPC. This method is executed on the server when called by a client. So in the feed, we have this a if statement. This is to validate the client before applying movement. And we have here the both both is equals to client that player object that get component. This is to retrieve the player's both object. One more thing is to we have here the both that apply movement. This is called the apply movement method on the server to update the movement. Next one is we have here the method apply movement. This the server updates the boat's movement based on the received input. Under the side of it, we have the RB velocity that updates the boat speed based on input. The RB rotation, this rotates the boat like before. And here we have the if statement is spawned. This sends the updated position and rotation to all players. Now, Going to the next is the synchronizing with clients. Have here the client RPC and the private void update both client RPC. This method runs on all clients to update movement. Inside of it, we have the if statement. If is owner return, the owner doesn't need to sync their own movement. Under the if statement, there's transform position and transform rotation. This the position and rotation are smoothly updated on remote player split. Now we have the full script for the boat movement for a multiplayer. Now we're going to try it. Here in file, you have a build settings, can build and run, and you can create a folder for it. Build up, select folder, and wait for it. We're done with the script. I will show you the output of the script that we have created. Here, as you can see, our game is connected. And you will see if I move here, the other player sees that the other player is moving. And same as the other, here you can also see if the player 1 is moving in the side of players 0. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video is helpful to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you for the next tutorial.